Love Island recap episode 44. So Tony and Cash and Billikis, the triangle still happening, which I like both Tony and Billikis, so it's like I don't want this triangle to happen, but they both can't have Cash, and this is what's going on. Cash is still feeling kind of conflicted because the chats of Billikis are getting better and whatever. Him and Tony go talk on the terrace. He rejected her from going to the highway. Tony says like, "Oh, I can help the confusion for you." Tries to kiss him, and he's like, "No." So kind of rejected twice and whatever. But he's trying to be respectful. He's just such a great guy. They do kiss later at this Love Island fest that they have later, which is basically like replacing the beach club thing they kind of do. Helena actually stands up to Harry a little bit and it's like nip it in the bud with the flirting with Angel after the comments from yesterday's episode. Later, Harry's saying like, "I think it's kind of time to be exclusive," so they go exclusive at the LA Fest. He asks her or whatever. At this festival, after it's over, whatever, Maya comes in and announces that the public has been voting for a favorite boy and girl Islander, which she voted for on Sunday. The two top girls voted favorite were Yasmin and Tony. The two top boys were Cash and Ty, which is very great. And the bottom three girls were Billikis, Emma, and Angel. Bottom three boys, Boris, Connor, and Harry. And the girl and boy with the fewest votes will be dumped immediately, and that is Emma and Boris. They've been dumped, whatever. And Maya says, "I'll be back in the evening to talk at the fire pit," essentially, like saying there's going to be another dumping. Basically, we know from that point. And she says there's 7 boys, 6 girls. We got to even out the numbers. The favorite Islanders again, Yaz, Tony, Cash, and Ty need to decide between Angel and Billikis who's going to go home. So now I'm really wondering what they're going to do because Ty is obviously not going to want to send Angel home, and they've been getting on really well. It could go down to Billikis because, like, is Cash going in between? He said to Tony after they kissed, like, "I'll probably have the decision by tonight," and she's like, like, "I'm not, take your time, whatever," like that whole kind of thing. So I wonder, like, what's going to happen there, like in terms of, are they going to send Billikis home? But does that mean it's kind of a sad way to go home? Like, we haven't had like the actual "I'm going to go with Tony" chat. I don't really know. That's what's happening tomorrow, though. We'll see. And then at the end of the episode, they say like 2 people are coming back essentially, and we see Blue and Megan on the screen, which I'm just like, oh, Shakira has been through enough because obviously Megan was getting to know Connor. Connor and Megan both kind of blew up their situations with Tony and Emily to be with each other. And Shakira and Connor were talking at the LA Fest, and we're doing this whole thing of like, I'm still, the episode previous, she was saying like, Harry hurt me a lot, and I'm kind of going through the motions still, and I like you, but she has her walls up, whatever. And now that Megan's coming back, Connor liked Megan a lot, and I'm like, what's gonna happen now? Like Shakira is dealing with this. I'm really just like, ugh. Also, even backing up to the whole vote situation, how is Dejan not in the bottom? I don't get what was going on. We had in the bottom, we had Boris, Connor, and Harry, but where was Dejan? Who was voting for Dejan? Megan and Helena, I'm not as surprised them not being in the bottom, but Dejan didn't make it in the bottom. Please fix up. We'll see what happens with who gets dumped tomorrow, either Angel and Billikis. I'm thinking maybe Billikis, and then when Blue and Megan come back in the villa, like, Blue, whatever, but Megan is gonna stir some stuff.